pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Ready.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You look at this Browns defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Richardson to throw off play action. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the NFL's 3rd leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. This defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big gain and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
1st down, Browns.
Chubb running to the wide side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
Here's Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tupperware being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Bust through the tackle. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Colts sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Here's Richardson to throw. His throw here's incomplete. Alec Pierce, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. You look at this Browns defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Check it.
Play action. Now Richardson. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
18 Rattler. 60 Maverick.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Looking to set for ones, and it's intercepted. Down to the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Off play action. Richardson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Panther 11.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
They're on the 49-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you... He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, really in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but don't let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
On the set.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Warriors 70. Check up.
There, Richardson back to throw it. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at second and long. Watson off play action. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And the Browns first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
24!
Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15.
Their own 15-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Chubb producing on that run, and he produces year after year for the Browns. 3rd in the league with over 1,500 yards in 2022. He quietly is in the top 20 all time in both yards and touchdowns in a player's first 5 seasons.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
It's caught inside the 25. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
First down, Cleveland.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another good reception there, and the Browns on the march.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Ready! '70 Ranger. Go!
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
24! Hey, 24!
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Throwing for Chubb, complete on the out route.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give left side for Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's Watson.
Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Taking it about the 16. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Okay,
the Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Ready.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They go play action with Richardson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Browns 31, Colts 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
15 yards.
19
That's
right.
good for a Colts.
18 Rattler. 18
First and 10 at the 41
Richardson to the air on first down. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down.
60
First down. First and 10 at the 47.
Richardson off the play fake. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown Colts. Anthony Schwartz, 47 yards. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here, and how about the positive play he just turned in?
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin first and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
64. And 31.
To throw on second is Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Browns.
To throw is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
24's down, he's coming.
Now Watson. Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
And the Browns first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Cooper.
Now, that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball is out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
First 6.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hurry, hurry! Hurry, hurry! Ready, go.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert! First 6! Hey, 31!
From the 50, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
First 6!
Here's Watson. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st down, Richardson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Indy. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Elijah Ward. A gain of 19 yards. First down, throw.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw, Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
On first down, Watson. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
Set.
Running for it, here's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
play action. Now Richardson.
And now here is another interception.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 15.
Watson's pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Off play action, Richardson.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Drag him 60.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles. And now Watson throws another interception. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Watson's pass intercepted.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
60 back at 60. Hustle.
Richardson looking to throw.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield,
touchdown! Alec Pierce, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but hey. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5, and he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get too closer here on the fake extra point. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot.
He's got a man complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore, 81 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit, but for them.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod.